right, troops. Today we're diving into Off Midway Station by Marc Alan Edelheit, the first book in his new military sci-fi series, Guardians of the Dark. Edelheit's got serious chops in epic fantasy and sci-fi, and this story's been brewing in his head for 40 years. He calls it his masterpiece. And with that DSF Award win for Best Military Sci-Fi of 2024, it's hard to argue.
This is the final version of Off Midway Station, is the formatted version. I gave it a final read through for the publisher this weekend. I honestly feel this is by far my best work. It's a project that has been on my mind, and I've written it and rewritten it over the last 30 to 40 years. It is a really cool story. I cannot wait to get it out. And the publisher actually acquired the film rights as well.
So here's the setup. Humanity is on the ropes. For centuries, we've been exploring space, settling new worlds, thinking we're untouchable, until the aliens show up, and they are relentless. Every 50 years, they come back, tear through everything, and disappear again like that toxic ex you wish would stay gone. Now, Captain Jim Garrett, a man with a ruined career and nothing left to lose, finds himself stuck at a construction site on Midway Station, overseeing the half-built CNS Surprise. Not exactly where you want to be when the enemy attacks early. Suddenly, Garrett is the only guy who can lead this ship into battle and maybe, just maybe, save humanity. Off Midway Station is a bit of a slow burn, and trust me, I know a thing or two about slow burns. I put my name on it, The first half dives deep into the nitty-gritty of ship construction, character development, and world building. I can totally see some people geeking out over that, while others might be tempted to skim ahead. Personally, I dug the insights, but I did catch myself thinking, all right, Garrett, get on the ship already. But stick with it, because the second half hits like a truck. The enemy attacks, and it's pure chaos. Garrett and his Maverick crew have to figure things out on the fly while literally fighting for their lives. The pacing kicks into high gear, the stakes shoot through the roof, and suddenly, you're in one of the most intense space battles you've ever read. Seriously, it's like Battlestar Galactica meets The Expanse, with just a touch of Tom Clancy for good measure. The last 25% of this book, absolute fire. One thing Edelheit nails is the character work. Garrett is a classic underdog. You want this guy to succeed. He's flawed, determined, and just human enough to keep you rooting for him. The supporting cast is solid too. The tough-as-nails Marine commander, the brilliant but unpredictable flight leader. Every character feels like they've got a story of their own, and the emotional beats hit hard without feeling forced. But it's not all smooth sailing. Edelheit loves detail, sometimes a little too much. There are moments where he stretches a single description into an entire paragraph, when a sentence would have done just fine. It's immersive, sure, but some of it feels like filler. The pacing suffers a bit as a result, especially early on, when you're just waiting for things to take off. But hey, it's the first book in a series, so maybe things will tighten up in the sequels. As the saying goes, I'd rather have too much than too little.
Really a great story. I came up with the concept, when I was like 16, 18, wrote it, and then only recently did I feel I had the chops to go back and take this really cool idea and turn it into something special. And it has always been special to me.
Overall, Off Midway Station is a strong start to what could be an epic military sci-fi series. It's got heart, action, and enough space battles to keep you up all night. If you're a fan of David Weber, Jack Campbell, or Jeffery H. Haskell, you'll feel right at home. And speaking of Haskell, there's a background officer nicknamed Grim. Coincidence? Or a nod to his Grimm's War series? You decide. Oh, there's also a character named Burns. Obviously my favorite. Sure, he's a minor character, but let's be real. Sergeant Major Burns is secretly running the whole show. And there we have it. Does Off Midway Station sound like your kind of military sci-fi? Are you all about slow burn world building? Or do you need constant action and space battles to get your pulse racing? And how do you feel about epic underdog stories with badass space captains? Drop a comment below. I want to hear it. Also, heads up, the second book, Off Indigo Station, is coming out soon. So if you're curious, this is the perfect time to jump into the series. And hey, as a military sci-fi reader, you'll get some serious bragging rights. You could say, according to the DSF Awards, I've read the best military sci-fi novel of 2024. Just saying.
It is launch day today for Off Midway Station. To be honest, as the author, I'm a little nervous. I really want this one to go well. I know it's going to go well because it is my finest work to date. It is, I hate to use the word masterpiece, but it is my masterpiece. This book is special to me, and I absolutely enjoyed writing it, and I know that you will enjoy reading it. Again, from Steiger's Run, I want to thank everybody for reading and making this humble author's job possible.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more military sci-fi content. See you next time. Burn bright and burn enough.